Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the Journey of the Crest event in which the Dragonian Monk is added to the game. So let's get into that. As far as these arcane mountain trait stones here, we'll likely want to be using this on things like Gorgotha or the Great Maw if you happen to have. If you need something cheaper that's easier to obtain early on in the game, Dust Devil is really good to trait, as well as the Dragonian Monk if you are interested in constantly doing dragon teams. But he is pretty good for dragon teams as he is a brown-yellow. He synergizes really well with things like Crest and Dragon Soul, some of the higher rarities. He is on 50% extra bonus this week, so definitely worth getting at least a copy of him to mess around with. He's also really good at low levels since he has a 0 magic. His ability has full effectiveness at regardless of his level, and it destroys in an X shape. You get to target exactly where this X shape is. Quite a bit of different board control things that you can do with this, and it is destroy, so you do get all of the mana for the gems that it does destroy in the path of that X. A little bit hard to use, will take about 15 seconds or so kind of to figure it out, and it will probably take a few dozen matches before you start getting used to this. I'm still not really used to using X shape yet, but in time we'll learn how to use it. But the main part of his ability is it places a barrier on a random ally for every single yellow gem destroyed, and if you destroy 4 yellow gems with that X, you're going to be getting a full team of barriers. So surprisingly, even better than the Mythic of Jotnar for being able to completely shield up your entire team, and he can get an extra turn off the X shape if you do it in the correct location. So a lot of different potential that we can do with a Dragonian Monk. As far as his traits, nothing too huge. Fast will allow him to get a quicker cast, of course, and Warded Deathmark might be pretty active as of the 3.0 pact, which should be coming in a few weeks, so he might be commonly used against Deathmark users. One pretty good thing about a barrier is if you have a barrier on something that is Deathmarked and the Deathmark then triggers, the barrier will stop the Deathmark, so he'll probably be a really huge Deathmark counter for whenever that starts to get a little bit more annoying. Things like Creeping Death and Death itself would probably be, he would probably be a good counter against those. Other than that, you tend to use him just in any team that would use a Gorgotha. He's essentially just a really cheap Gorgotha. He doesn't have as high of a skull reduction, but he will give you about as much team protection as that is of a Gorgotha, and he's only an ultra rare, so really good in that regard. So let's get into a couple teams with him. I'm going to be showing a couple early game teams, mid-range, and then all the way up to later in the game. So we'll start with this one. This is more of kind of a mid-range one. Relatively cheap though, because you can get a Dragon Soul this week, which only just leaves an ultra rare, which you can buy for glory, ultra rare the Giant Spider, and then Creeping Death, which you get at 250 necromancy wins. Ideally fully traded sorcerer class to use it with, but you would need at least the first trait just so you can get a little bit quicker on the mana. You set your banner to either a double green or a double blue. This will help with the Giant Spider to make sure you can get its mana pretty quick. And let's see what we can do. As you can see, we're up against another monk team. This, of course, is one that you can do if you happen to have all the components of that. The main premise he's going to be doing, if the AI does it right, is go straight for the purple. And from that purple, it'll be able to start ticking up both the Crest because of the Empower that it's going to have. Or sorry, due to the enchant that it's going to have from doing so. Okay, we'll just take some of our mana here. We do use every single mana, and we will be able to get his ability off right here. So we'll see what kind of alignment we have. I can see we can take a red right there. I'm looking more so for the amount of yellows we can hit. I don't know if it would really be worth doing that because it doesn't look like we'll get many yellows out of it. Looks like we're only going to hit 1 yellow. I may still do it though because we do need the red, so we'll throw that down. We'll get a barrier on something. He will get a skull pair out of it off of that corner, so at least we're getting the reds, and we get a little bit of blues out of it too. But yeah, there's a lot of different things you can do with that X. Oh, we did end up hitting 2 yellows, so that helped out, and that will give us our alignment right here. Ideally, you would want to either aim at the most yellows, or a way that you can get a 3-pair, or a way that you can get an extra turn when using the X. A little bit hard to figure out sometimes where exactly everything will land because you have to look at it in so many different dimensions. When you just have to do a plus, it's a lot easier to see where everything's going to go, but an X shape is a little bit confusing sometimes as to where some of this stuff is going to land. One pretty good thing though is if we didn't have this 3-pair here, we can just use that right there and get something like that purple, and it would still work out pretty well, but we're not going to go for that. We're just going to throw down the Creeping Death, another pretty annoying Death Mark related thing. And we'll just throw, oh, that was the move I was talking about. He gets a lot of mana out of it. He's about to get barrier on everything, which is going to be a little bit annoying. Oh, I did not mean to cast that. I meant to click on Dragon Soul right there. Fail. A huge fail. I don't even know how I managed to double click that twice, but oh well. It gets a barrier on everything. At least now we can show the barrier break. But you can see he gets a lot of barriers off. We'll just throw that down and break all the barriers, and we end up getting an extra turn as well off of it. We'll just keep doing the Dragon Soul until we eventually miss. We are getting a pretty huge purple bonus. Even though we don't have any banner set to it, we're getting one from our Giant Spider as well as one from the Sorcerer class, making it a lot easier. Kristarnix is going to get a slight poke off on us. I could have used the Monk right there to get a bunch of shields, and I think I may do that because he ended up just not doing anything right there. So we can try aiming somewhere where we'll get a lot of yellow. I'm trying to find a location. This looks like it'll be 3. That doesn't look like it'll barrier our whole team. Doesn't look like we're getting any cascades either, but we can do this, shield up some to make sure we don't take as much damage. He barriers everything except himself right there, and we end up getting a pretty lucky extra turn, so very, very nice. We'll probably just swipe the purples and then explode. Hopefully we'll be able to get one. We'll just take that to get his mana up real quick, even though we don't really need it. The explode, we'll get it. We can use something like this if we ever want to. That will end up giving us the extra turn right there. So you kind of just have to figure out, you get used to it after a little while, how you need to target the X shape. It is really, really useful, especially since he's the only one that can do it at the moment. Dragonian Rogue has an X, but it's a different kind of X that goes straight through the middle. This one you can actually target. When Dragonian Rogue first came into the game, I assumed it would basically be casted like this, but it's pretty nice that they finally did add that, because there is a lot of potential for a X shape to destroy. Okay, both of them are death marked, and he doesn't have the ability to barrier them anymore. So all we have to do is throw down a Dragon Soul, and that will wrap that right up. And of course, we'll get the max souls pretty much every single battle because we are indeed using the Dragon Soul. And down he goes, 110 souls, nice. We do not get the extra 5 glory though, because this specific team does not use all dragons. Let's see, what are we, oh no, not a Wraith. Here is an all-dragon team, an early game all-dragon team. Though against this specific team, I don't think we're going to be able to get away with doing it. There's a single Dragon Cruncher, good job. So we'll just go for a refresh right here and see what we get. Okay, wow, he's almost using exactly what we were using. Yeah, there's you're going to see a lot of similar teams this week with different dragons, with monks, and just everything dragon related. But here we are, almost against a mirror battle. Very, very similar. I'm mainly using the Dragon Tar up front because he has a 25% chance. Well, he has armored, and on top of that, he also has a 25% chance to summon a Dragonet, which is that thing all the way down there. So that's the main reason why I'm using it there. He's using it more towards the back just so he can keep buffing constantly. He's using the Monk up front. I put the Monk in the back. Normally I would put it in first slot and use it kind of like a Rogolfa, but in this case I figured I'd put it in the back just so we can get higher barriers, and of course, like I mentioned, he has armor. He has that chance to revive into another troop and stuff like that. Will be pretty beneficial. But yeah, this would basically be the early game version of this team. You can of course replace out the Dragon Soul with something if you happen to have not gotten it as a drop, but all these are pretty low rarity. It's a rare, ultra rare, and ultra rare, and there are a couple other, pretty much any red dragon you can just set there and be fine. Okay, so we are really not getting any mana right now. So I guess I'll swipe a green right there. Good, we did get it off the Cascade. So there's the Dragon Soul that we need to really start getting this team rolling. We'll get the explosion off, and we do get both of their abilities. But yeah, let me do the Dragonian Rogue real quick, just to kind of show you the difference for any of you that haven't really seen. Did he get an extra turn there? Yes, he did. But yeah, it's quite a bit different. As you can see here, the Dragonian Rogue is going to hit an X through these 4, and then all the way over, all the way over, all the way over, and then all the way over. There's no way to retarget it. It will just do that straight in the middle like that, and it deals extra damage per purple we destroyed. And there was quite a few purples there, which is why I did that one first. But with the other monk that just came in, we can target it literally anywhere, and it has a lot more control. Let's see, can we get anything out of that? No, that wouldn't be an extra turn after we destroy it, so I'm not going to bother doing that. We'll just lower that down. Take the purple, and we'll hold on to him for a little bit. Doesn't look like we can really get any cast out of him at the moment. So let's just keep poking with the Dragon Soul. We are doing 20 damage per cast of the Dragon Soul, mainly because we have a whole team of dragons. We'll probably need to buff up a little bit. I'll see if we can hit some barriers first, which will probably be a bit better. Like right here, we can get... Let's see... Is there anywhere... Yo, there we go. Wait. Come on, where's the area where we can get all of them? There's 3. Oh no, there's 4. Never mind. Okay, so let's do it right there just for the barrier to our entire team. And there we go, barrier to the entire team. It does, unlike some abilities, it does prioritize every single troop. Ice Golem is kind of the same way. As long as you hit 4 yellows with him, it'll automatically barrier your entire team. It'll never repeat on any of your troops that you happen to have. So we'll just keep throwing Dragon Soul. We'll throw the Dragonian Rogue whenever we can actually get a kill off of it, which would be right now. So we'll throw that down. There goes the barrier saving us. It is likely going to die pretty soon though, unless I use our first ability. But of course, it does have a 25% chance that it will actually come into something pretty useful. So there goes our barrier, doing work there. And he is going to go for another skull right here, it looks like. So we'll probably just barrier up if we can find a okay location to do so. Just trying to find one that might be able to barrier our entire team. I probably shouldn't have taken that yellow, because now there's most likely nowheres that will get enough. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. We could try doing it here. It looks like it's only going to hit 1. Yeah, it looks like it's only going to hit 1, so probably not too worth it. And he's still going to get a skull pair afterwards, so we'll just throw the Dragon Soul, get a little bit of damage out. We're probably going to lose it. Oh, nope, we get the extra turn, so not yet. Might be able to get those barriers after all. Looks like we can maybe get them? No, it feels like I'm playing chess right now with all the rooks going diagonally. Trying to figure out where all these diagonal moves are. So we can get 3 here. There's a pretty good chance that will land. So we'll do that. And, oh, never mind. We actually got 4 out of it, so that is the entire team. We get the extra turn out of it, so we didn't even lose any momentum off the board. So we'll just keep throwing that down. Probably tap with a Dragonian Rogue, since that should be enough damage. Yeah, he has 34 magic right now. Oh yeah, he has Arcane too, if you haven't fully tried. I almost completely forgot about that. So he is gaining 1 additional magic every single time we get like a nice move like that, where we actually preserve our turn. I think that destroys enough that he doesn't get a skull out of it. Oh no, he does get a skull right there. Okay, I'm just gonna Dragon Soul then to make sure he doesn't get those skulls, because if we use a Dragonian Rogue, it looked like he would have gotten it. Another extra turn. Wow. Well, there we go. Doesn't look like any easy extra turns. We could try doing one off of the top right there. Oh wait, no, but then we destroy the green right there. I could do it right there, and that would give us like 1 barrier. Looks like only 1. I don't think that would be worth it. So we'll just throw a Dragonian Rogue, get the kill, and it won't take much more to be able to get that final tap on the Dragon Soul. As long as it doesn't keep reviving, we should be fine. And there we go. Just cast the Dragon Soul, and that will kill it right out. And of course, possession. Well, let's see how many possessions is going to get today. That is the only really annoying thing about this event week. Dragon Soul's possession has never been more annoying. It's even more annoying than Inferno King, simply because it can get all of its mana up really quick, whereas Inferno King normally wouldn't be able to do such a thing. So we'll go for some barriers here. I probably should have aimed more at the Dragon Soul mana so we could get the cast off. So a little mistake there. This thing is still alive, though I haven't bothered casting it yet. Yeah, it does boost based on yellow, just like the other one, our Monk. I'll probably throw this down, not on yellow though. It's only a 2x ratio. This late in the game, that's not really anything. I'm going to try for the yellow here, just so we preserve our turn. We do miss, but we have Dragon Soul up now. So we'll just throw that down into a Dragonian Rogue, and as long as he doesn't revive, that should be the kill. There we go. Okay. Okay, Dragon Soul. Okay. Any day now. But we can get a really cool move right here. Looks like we'll get an extra turn there, a brown right there, and a green. Oh no, we don't get the green. But yeah, so many things that Monk can do. It's a lot of fun to use. The only thing I really hate is it takes a little bit of time sometimes to figure out where the best move for him is. And compared to other troops, it tends to elongate battles a bit too much to really be viable. But he's definitely a really fun troop. I love the concept of it. And currently the best barrier in the game. as far as being able to place it on your entire team, even better than Jotnar. The benefit of Jotnar is, though, the mythic that came in, what was it, last time? The one before, the most recent one. But, the main benefit of Jotnar is you can easily do it without losing your turn, but this guy, the monk, he can kind of do it pretty well too without losing your turn. You can see about a third of the time we don't even lose our turn, even if we're not, oh god, come on! Even if we're not specifically aiming for the extra turn, sometimes it just happens from the cascade. Oops, I didn't mean to do that one, I meant to do the monk, but oh well, because we could have gotten an extra turn there. I just need this thing to die already. How many times has he revived? I think that's the third time this battle. Yeah, Dragon Soul, very, very annoying. Very, very annoying this week. Fun to use as well, but more annoying to have to face. 4? Is this 4? I've completely lost count at this point. Someone in the comment section will probably say what it is, but, oh gosh. Please. Dragonian Rogue. Assassinate it. Oh, if it revives one more time. Times like this is when I might need to start editing down these videos some, because it's just ridiculous. Well, there we go. He clicks on all of our barrier just in case he revives again. I'm going to take the skull instead of Dragonian Rogue. Okay, good. He finally died. He finally died. We don't need to worry about it anymore. Okay, there we go. So what was that? 4 Dragon Soul kills of the same Dragon Soul, I think. Something pretty ridiculous. But let's do one final battle here. It's one of them that I normally use. There's quite a few variants of it. You even saw the variant of it earlier. Of course, we used the Dragon Soul banner, and you can see there's even another Dragon Soul related team over there. It doesn't use Monk though on his particular team, but you can easily place out the egg. But anyways, as far as this team, there's a lot of variants that you can do. You saw in our very first battle, he ended up doing with double Kristarnex. I've been using it with double Dragon Soul. There's a lot that you can potentially put in this kind of setup. But I figured I'd do this, just get a nice priority. This is more of the late game. Anything with like the double Kristarnex or double Dragon Soul would probably be more late game. It is relatively easy to get double Dragon Soul this week, but of course, not everyone has the resources to just throw at it. So, we'll just take the purple right there. Hopefully get a Dragon Soul, and that will likely give us the last of the mana we need for our Kristarnex. One pretty good thing about using Salvani Mora here instead of a second Dragon Soul or a second Kristarnex is the fact that more often than not, you're kind of going to be holding your Monk for a little bit just until you can get a nice alignment on the board. And because of this, all of your brown will then just be able to sink right into the Salvani Mora. Whereas if you didn't have a Salvani Mora there, you wouldn't be able to use either of them because Kristarnex and Dragon Soul, neither of which use brown. And hey, a map. Not like I need more of them, but hey, a free map. Okay, don't really need to use Monk. He's not doing much damage to us. Oh, that was slightly bad. Maybe I should have used Monk there because now he's going to get a Dragon Summon, so a little bit too late because I already killed the troop, so there's no undoing that, unfortunately. So he is going to get that off. We can get a bit of mana right over here. We don't really need it, but I guess I'll get it, just wipe it off the board. Didn't really need to do that at all, but might as well. Okay, so we'll throw that down, get a Kristarnex off, hopefully cascade that into the Dragon Soul mana, or we'll just get it off of Dragon Soul itself, and it'll loop off itself. That's always good too. There's a little baby dragon. Sorry, baby dragon. And there we go, getting the swipe. Oh, we didn't get the purples there. I thought we would. But he'll just take a skull. Not much he can really do as far as threatening us. I see the blues there. We'll just end up doing this, though. And hope for an extra turn off the Salvani Mora, which we do end up getting. So good thing we ended up not taking that. And let's just throw it at reds. Looks like we have a lot of reds on the board. And yes, it is. It's enough to finish off the battle right then and there. So, yeah. Dragons absolutely everywhere this week, and of course using a full team will net you an additional 5 glory. Anyways, that'll wrap it up for this video. If you guys have any other questions about the event this week or any dragon teams or just anything in general related to Gems of War, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching and have a wonderful day.